Hello, everyone. So I kind of wanted to address my stalker. As a lot of you know, and just to be warned, she has several accounts, probably 20 at this point. She has taken recently to using her fake accounts to leave fake reviews on the Wilson Foundation. And I kind of wanted to go over a couple things. First, I wanted to address her claim that I steal donations. Anybody that knows the Wilson Foundation knows that we don't really we accept donations, but we don't get any donations. The projects are 100% sourced out of my own wallet, and really no one else. We've gotten two donations in the 2 years that we've been in business, and those were from my family and friends. Those were literally from my best friend Avery and my family member Edwin. So that was a total of maybe $40. I've spent 4,400 last year alone on projects. So to say I'm stealing donations, it doesn't really make much sense, does it? So I wanted to address one of her things here. She said, "Do you think you can avoid karma? You can block my 10 accounts, but can you block the karma?" Yes. Yes, I can. Because quite frankly, karma, as a former Buddhist monk, I used to lecture on karma, is simply cause and effect. Um, the ramifications of one's actions is what is karma. So when you do something, the consequences of that become the karma. If I break a window, the karma from breaking that window is I'm going to have to pay. I'm going to have to apologize. If I do it maliciously, either way, you're probably going to have to apologize. You did something wrong, whether it be by accident or not. The karma of it is you're going to have to pay for the window in most cases. That's generally what karma is. It's not this cosmic force that's going to judge you like some type of god. That's not what karma is. You might be an angel. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. You might be an angel in people's eyes, but remember what you did to us. Now, what she's referring to is she tried to pull a scam on me 3 years ago where she said she was pregnant. The problem with it was two issues. One, I bought her pads and feminine products because the last time I saw her, she was on her period. Or at least after I saw her, she was on her period. So she claims that I got her pregnant, but she was on her period. And then she confesses that she was entertaining other guys after me. So, no. Second, the second issue was that when she hit me up months after we had split, claiming to be pregnant, I said, "Okay, how about this? I know the child's not mine, but you come into my clinic," because at the time I was running a clinic in Vietnam. So I said, "You come in, and I have a pregnancy test from America. It's very accurate. It'll tell me down to the week that you were pregnant. Come into my clinic today. I'll pay for all your expenses to get up here, and we'll check it out, see if there's any truth. Because I'm not going to believe any type of pregnancy test." By the way, I asked, "Do you have any pictures? Do you have any proof?" She had no pictures. She had no proof. She had no receipt. Nothing to prove that she was pregnant. But then the second I sent the text, "Hey, come up. I'll pay for your expenses to get up here to my clinic. I'll pay for the test, and we'll go from there," she immediately replies, "Oh, just had an abortion." And I was like, "That quick? You were just telling me that you're pregnant and you're freaking out, and now it went from you're freaking out that you're pregnant to you instantly already had an abortion this very second through Plan B." And then she goes on to explain what she's going through with her Plan B, and I'm like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works. That's not how it works." She's like, "Oh, there's blood everywhere." And I'm like, "Really? Really? You're trying to bullshit a doctor on Plan B and abortions and pregnancy? First off, you had your period last time I saw you, so you weren't pregnant, and if you were, it wasn't by me, that's for sure." So that's what she's claiming, because after that, she then started asking me for hundreds of dollars, and when I would tell her no, she would threaten to kill herself, say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that," and then she'd disappear for a while, and then she'd come back and ask for more hundreds of dollars. I'd never give it to her, and then she'd freak out, try messaging my friends, tell them what an evil piece of what I am. But then she goes on, "I'm evil. I just do charity to delete my sins and cruel things." Um, I don't know if you know how religion works, but let's talk about what the Quran says. Even though I wasn't Muslim back then, but you don't know that. You know nothing about me. which is why a large part of why nobody believes any of your lies. What does the Quran say? Fear Allah wherever you are. Follow a bad deed with a good deed, and it will erase it. And behave with good character towards people. So essentially, Allah is saying in the Quran that if you do bad, you must do good to erase the bad that you have done. So, if what you're saying is true, then yes, religiously speaking, you can make up for the bad you've done by doing good. That's literally the definition of making right and being a better person. And you can become a better person by doing good deeds. And yes, eventually it will erase the bad you've done if you can do enough. At least that's my belief. If you're a bad person and you've wronged people, yeah, you can start doing good, helping people, giving back, making the world a better place. And eventually, yeah, it's going to overwrite what you did to an extent. But you've made so many fake accounts and left so many fake reviews on my company, and you want to talk about karma. So let's talk about karma and evil deeds, shall we? Let's do a hypothetical situation and say that your negative reviews influence somebody to either leave my company or never work for my company. What effect does that have on other people? So, let's say you lie about my organization, which you've done. You've made several fake accounts and left several fake reviews and contacted people at the Wilson Foundation and urged them not to seek my help. So let's say people believe you. And let's say my employees leave the company. So let's say John, my best employee, leaves the company. 300 children don't get fed. And that's just in 1 month. 300 children in 1 month don't get fed because he's no longer working through my organization, so he no longer receives the funding and ties that he needs to help people. And then 300 families no longer have fresh drinking water. So that's 600 people in 1 month that no longer have fresh drinking water and food. And then let's say Mary also leaves. Mary, since she's been working with me alone, has helped 250 kids. So almost 1,000 people in 1 month or 2 months. Over the span of 2 months, over 1,000 people. And this doesn't include the stuff we do behind the scenes. The donating to Ukraine, the helping children in the ICU, helping cancer children. This doesn't even cover the stuff that we don't publicly announce that we're doing. But let's take it a step further. Say families don't trust the organization because of the negative reviews you leave. That means thousands and thousands of families no longer have food, water, supplies, necessities. So your actions, just that one lie, has impacted thousands of people. How is that helping anybody? Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, your lie could impact, or maybe has impacted, thousands of lives. So, you want to talk about karma and karmic repercussions. What are the repercussions? You've hurt thousands of people, hypothetically, because I don't know, and I may never know how many people decided not to come to my organization or decide to work for my organization. Let's say John saw, or somebody like John saw that review, the fake one you left, because you have anger towards me for picking my wife over you. And I don't know if I mentioned that. The reason she has all this animosity towards me is because 3 years ago we went on 2 dates. I saw too many red flags in her. She was entertaining too many expats at the time, and I said, you know what? I'm a bit older than you. This is a younger man's game. I don't want to fight for anybody's attention. I don't want to have to fight other expats for your attention. You've got too many red flags. I'm out. I'm not interested. And then about 5 months later, I started dating my now wife. And she messages me and says, oh, she picked her over me? Why did you pick her over me? She's so ugly. She's so this. And she had a horrible personality. So I wasn't interested. But you hit me up for money. Hundreds of, not even $20 here or there. Just hundreds and hundreds of bucks. Every so many years. You keep hitting me up for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And every time I say no, you freak out and you go through this whole spiel. We do this almost every year now. But let's say that someone like John decides not to work with me because of those fake reviews. How many lives does that impact? Just off that fake review? Hundreds? Thousands? I'll never know. I'll never know if somebody saw that review and said, hey, I don't want to work for a guy like this. Off a lie. You've impacted thousands of people because you're mad at me because I won't give you money. I'm never going to give you money. I'm never going to help you. You've tried to ruin my family. You've tried to ruin my friendships. You've tried to ruin my business, which is my absolute passion. I've helped thousands of people so far by myself with the help of John and Mary and my staff, but it's all funded through me. I don't get donations. I've gotten $40 of donations from my friend and my family member, and I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars from my own pocket. All the money that all this happens from is out of my own pocket. I'm not getting public funding. So your lies and your misinformation and your slander hurt people's lives, and they hurt my company. But luckily, nobody believes you because, quite honestly, you don't know anything about me. You can infiltrate my Muslim groups online and say that I'm a bad Muslim for things I did before I was even into Islam. But you got banned from those accounts too because people saw right through your crap. But you need to stop because you're going to hurt actual people. There's actual living people who won't get to eat, who won't get fresh drinking water, who won't get fresh, clean clothes to wear because of lies that you have told. Think about that next time you make a fake account. How many people are you hurting by slandering my company?